Well, I mean, like you said, everything. It teaches us unity. It teaches us group operation. I remember when I was in South Carolina, I had wrote something called the 10 Commandments of Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Because the state newspaper in Columbia, South Carolina had named me and actually my man Craig Melvin, who's like the host of the Today Show now.
Shout out to Craig.
They named us like 2 of the top 10 people in media under the age of, I think, 25 at the time.
Yeah.
And salute to my girl Venom, she was in there as well. And what I wrote for was the 10 Commandments of Hip Hop. And the number one commandment was we have to love and support and protect our Black women.
Amen.
And I said, because they are the foundation of everything that we stand on, whether it's your mother, whether it's your grandmother. Don't get me wrong, our fathers and our uncles was there for us as well. But when it comes to like that spiritual side of us, like that nurturing side of us, it comes from them.
What they say, you educate a man, you educate a man. One person, you educate a woman, you educate a nation.
That's
absolutely,
right.
Absolutely. I didn't know Ab Liva was telling me that he and his cousin went to Claire Muhammad School here in Atlanta. They went to Claire Muhammad School. For those that talk about Black charter schools, things that Nation of Islam had schools, and those schools produce children much like the Wilson Academy that's here in Atlanta now. The Wilson Academy, former Ohio State player, has the Wilson Academy out in Lithonia, Georgia, produced a 13-year-old that got in his failure, have a 100% rate of putting kids in college. So a lot of times, I think Black people have gotten so addicted to the talking about failure that we don't talk enough about our successes. There's such talk going around now about what's our brother's name? The psychologist, Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
And people either celebrating or commiserating the failure, or perceived failure, man, that we don't talk about things like the Wilson Academy, which is accelerating. We got a brother down here in Albany, Georgia. Forgetting his name right now, but that brother's teaching young men how to do everything from change tires to calculus and mathematics. We have a lot of success around us.
Absolutely.
And I've seen you.
And I don't think Dr. Umar Johnson is a failure.
I don't think he's a failure.
And the reason
we talk about him like as though he is. Yeah.
I think
anytime you woken up a mind, you haven't failed.
Listen, I think Dr. Umar set out to do exactly what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
The school is in Delaware.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I think what Dr. Umar may have fell short is he didn't have enough unity in group operation.
Absolutely.
He wanted to do it, all by himself. That's a tall task. You know what I mean? It's a tall task to say, hey, I want to go open up a school in a community if you've never done that before. You got to go surround yourself with actual experts who've done that. But as far as fundraising and getting the building,
he did it.
He did it.
He did it.
He did it.
And it's damn near on us now to see if it expands or if it repeats or replicates.
That's
someone
right.
does. Yeah.
I've been watching him the last couple of weeks. I forgot how much he said he's trying to raise just so the building don't go off in the auction. But yeah, I feel like now's the time to be rallying around somebody like that, to me personally. And I want to go back to what you asked me about my wife. It's like, me and my wife been together for 27 years. We've been together since 1998.
She's amazing.
And so for me, when watching the people around me, like my father and my uncle, they weren't the best examples to me as far as how to treat their women.
Yeah.
Like my dad would tell me things like, man, you only got one girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? like when you get older, you gonna understand. And so that kind of like puts, something in your head that makes you think like you gotta be on your player shit, whatever. But when you also study in your lessons, it teaches you like, you should be respecting your women and uplifting your women and empowering your women. So I always had like that tug of war going on inside of me, that ratchetness and that righteousness. Because you got a good woman. Like, from the day, I guarantee you, the first time you saw Shay, you knew this was the one. That's how I always felt. Like, I knew from day one, that was the woman that I was going to marry and I was going to be with. So I had this telling me I need to treat her one way, but then I had the streets and my pops, them thinking I had to treat her another way. So that's always been a tug of war my whole life.